I want to talk to you about the top seven or eight rare personal loans, no doc, low doc from alternative lenders. Okay, so here's a list I want you to pay attention to. So if you're looking for a personal loan, no documentation, low documentation from alternative lenders, you want to really pay attention to Acorn Finance. What we love about Acorn Finance is that you have a $10,000 loans, so that's really good. So this is really good, and they were really flexible in terms of documentation. Sometimes they will ask you for no documentation. Sometimes they will ask you for low documentation. It really depends upon your state of residence. Okay, but the maximum you can get here is $10,000, and you get personalized rates in 60 seconds or less for a $10,000 personal loan with no impact to your credit score. So we have the possibility of having a soft pull here. So that's really good. So can you imagine? You have low doc, you have no doc, and on top of that, they're giving you a soft pull. So that's really fantastic. And what we love about Acorn Finance is that basically you can get qualified for a personal loan, no doc, low doc, if you have even if you have a FICO score that starts at 400. So if you have bad credit, not a problem. They will actually will work out something with you. Now, of course, you might not get the $10,000 if you have bad credit. You might get maybe 5,000 or 7,000, something in between, but it's still good anyway. I mean, I'll take this anytime anyway. So that's really cool. So possibility to pre-qualify, that's just really fantastic. And once you go through the pre-qualification, they'll give you offers. So you just compare terms and payment options to select the offer that's really best for you, and you just finish the application. So this is really fast. I mean, Acorn Finance is really they really love the fact that they are really fast in terms of giving borrowers what they want. They have built a system in place that allows them to actually grant loans real fast. So $10,000. And one thing I need to say here is that when you actually contact Acorn Finance, it's just better first to tell them what you're going to use the cash for. So they really are sort of big on that. They want to know the use of loan proceeds. I mean, they don't care if you have bad credit or fair credit or good credit, but they do care about the use of loan proceeds. So just be mindful of that. If you're looking for a personal loan, no doc, low doc from alternative lenders, you want to go with Level. I mean, Level is another lender that we love a lot, and but lender is way more generous than Acorn, because lender will give you personal loans up to $50,000. That's really fantastic. And the best thing here is that there are certain cases where you can actually borrow more than 50 grand if you fulfill certain criteria. Okay. And what we love about Level is that they have a system in place that's kind of similar to what Acorn has. In other words, you have a soft credit pull, so you have a pre-qualification process in place, and that's really fantastic. Now, what we have seen with Level is that when you want to borrow from them, it's just better to contact them first and talk to somebody on the phone, and then you can go through the process. So their phone number is 1-888-922-4015. 1-888-922-4015. And so they're available Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific. So that's really good. So basically, when you go through the pre-qualification process, they'll give you offers and loan offers from 5,000 all the way to 50 grand. So that's the delta here. That's the interval. $5,000 to $50,000 with loan terms of 2 to 5 years. So your monthly payments don't change, and there is no prepayment penalty and no hidden fees. So we love that a lot in terms of the flexibility that Level brings to the market. And the cool thing, and even better, what we love about Level is that you can use the cash for a lot of things. I mean, some lenders have restrictions as to what you can use the cash for, but Level doesn't have that. Okay, you can use the cash for a credit card consolidation, home improvements, family planning, travel. It really depends on what you want to do with the cash. But just make sure that you always have a preliminary conversation with customer service before you actually sending your paperwork. That way you are pretty clear as to what their conditions are, and also their expectations, especially when it comes to a repayment window. So that's an important element if you do not want to default on the loan. So that's really important. Next, I want to talk to you about Advanced America. So Advanced America is a great personal loan, no doc, low doc from an alternative lender. So Advanced America is an alternative lender. And what we love about Advanced America is that they actually will give you a maximum loan amount of $50,000 depending on your state. And so Advanced America is really well known in the industry for the last 25 years. I mean, they've been they've been in business for the last 25 years. So this track record tells you a lot about their proven business model. Okay, and so in addition to personal loans, no doc, low doc from this alternative lender, you have the possibility to actually borrow payday loans, installment loans, title loans, cash advances, lines of credit, online loans, emergency loans, and personal loans. So that's really cool. And we love the fact that you are able to work with an experienced lender. Okay. So if you have any question, it's just you can call 1-866-261-5166. The number is 1-866-261-5166. And when I said a little earlier $50,000, the $50,000 actually depend upon your state, okay? But that's the maximum. But they will adjust it based on your state. I mean, they do this all the time. So it's just a matter of you qualifying for the loan amount that your state actually is calling for. So that's really an important element. And so now, not all states qualify though. So in other words, this lender is not present in all states. So let me give you the states where you have this lender, Advanced America. You have Alabama, California, Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Nevada, Ohio, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. So this is kind of cool. And applying online actually is a lot easier for you because you have the ability to have a soft pull, possibly. So this is really cool. You can see on the screen here, this is actually the walkthrough when it comes to the application. So that's really fantastic. And it can be really, really fast. You can get reviewed and approved in a matter of minutes. Next, you have Brainy loans. So when you think about the personal loans, no doc, low doc from an alternative lender, Brainy loans is a good example here because Brainy loans is really flexible in terms of the loan amount, the use of loan proceeds, and also the repayment window. So with Brainy loans, you have the possibility to actually borrow personal loans, debt consolidation loans, auto loans, small business loans, mortgage loans, and short installment loans. And the interval here is $500 all the way to 50 grand. Okay. And this is really fantastic because you are able to get things done a lot faster. And you can use the cash for a constellation of reasons. So they're not really restricting you. You can use the cash for debt consolidation, car purchase or repair, medical expenses, major purchase, home improvements, bills, weddings, vacation, business expenses. So you also have education, taxes, others. So this is really good because you have the flexibility and you can choose. You can say, you know what, I want to use the cash for this, or I do not want to use the cash for this. So, I mean, this is your cash anyway, okay? And the amount actually was picking here from $500 to 50 grand, okay? And but the for installment loans, you have $500 to $4,000. For personal loan, you go from $1 to $50,000, okay? And you can use the cash for all kinds of purposes. That's really fantastic. And one thing I want to say here is that when you think about this loan from Brand New Loans, I want you to think about the fact that you have the ability to actually qualify for this loans if you have a FICO score as low as a 300. So that's like the bottom of the bottom. So they do not actually pay attention to your FICO score. They pay more attention to your ability to repay. And in some cases, they might look at your credit score also to see how much you could qualify for. But everything depends upon the state, though. Your state of residence, because your state will actually will dictate how much you can qualify for a personal loan, not just from Brand New Loans, but in general. And so yeah, so everything revolves around the regulations in the area where you currently live. Next, you have life loans. So if you're looking for a personal loan, no doc, low doc from an alternative lender, you will love life loans. And life loans is pretty flexible, and you can actually borrow anywhere from $100 to $40,000. So that's really cool. So if you're looking for an emergency loan, you're looking for a personal loan, a payday loan, not a problem. Okay. And so what we love about the life loans is that you have the ability to pre-qualify. You can fill out an easy form in 2 minutes or less, and if qualified, just review and sign the loan documents, and you can get funded within 24 hours. So that's really fantastic. And life loans actually is available in all 50 states, so it doesn't matter. You don't have the geo restriction that you have with other loan providers on this show. So that's really good. But what we love about this tool is that they will qualify you if you have a FICO score minimum of 350. So 350, that's really what they're looking for. And but overall, Life Loan is a solid player. They've been in business for a while now, and they will look at you, they'll work with you, and they'll give you the cash that you need. And just make sure that, kind of similar to what I told you a little earlier, before you actually contract with Life Loans, you want to give them a call first and ask all questions. And their requirements are pretty flexible. Of course, they want you to work, and their minimum monthly income to actually qualify you is $1,000. $1,000, $350 in terms of FICO score, so that's really good. And one thing I also need to say about life loans is that you have the possibility actually to co-borrow, to co-sign the loan. So if, for instance, you believe that your FICO score is too low, or you just want to have a joint loan, you have the possibility to actually co-sign the loan with a relative, with a friend, or what have you. But just make sure, though, when we talk about co-signing a loan, there are consequences, and if the loan is not repaid, both people will actually will see their FICO score go down. So you have to be really careful there, and you want to really co-sign a loan only with someone whom you trust, and someone whom you know very well. So that's an important element to think about. When we talk about personal loans, no doc, low doc from an alternative lender, you want to think about big picture loans. This is another lender. This is another alternative lender. And big picture loans is a kind of flexible, but they are not as generous as the other players that I've shared with you into this conversation. They will cap you at $25,000. And so this is an important element to think about. And big picture loans actually is a trouble lender. So in other words, they actually have a certain sort of trouble ethics to follow through, but they actually will fund you real fast. So this is really cool. They'll fund you within 1 day, and you get your cash. You can use the cash for all kinds of stuff. You can use the cash for family emergencies, for short-term financial needs, for major purchases, for vehicle repairs, or what have you. That's really fantastic. So basically, before you start, you want to call big picture loan to big picture loans to see to ask more questions. Okay, but you have the ability to pre-qualify. In other words, you can qualify in minutes without an impact on your credit score. So the number here is 1-800-584-4880. So if you have questions, if you want to talk about your situation before actually getting the loan or before applying, you want to call that number. Again, the number is 1-800-584-4880. Okay. So basically, you can receive funds really fast. You can use the funds for anything. You have a very easy process, no hidden fees. That's really good. And again, we love the fact that you have a lender that's actually a trouble lender. So trouble lenders tend to be a little more quote unquote ethical. So this is really good. And so one thing I want to say here is that you need to actually have a job, or at least have some revenue coming in to actually qualify for this loan. And they want you to have a minimum of $1,000 every month, and that's gross. Okay, that's gross income, $1,000 minimum to actually qualify for the loan. But the maximum loan amount here is $25,000, and you got to be 18 years of age. You got to be a U.S. resident. And that's it. I mean, nothing really complicated. I mean, of course, they might ask you like the higher the loan amount that you are requesting, the more, I mean, the stricter the whole process can be. I mean, they might ask you for tax returns, for instance, in some cases, or depending upon the state you are applying from. Okay, but this lender is available in all 50 states. That's just really fantastic. Next, I want to share with you another lender that you will love, and that's Red Credit. So Red Credit is really cool in terms of personal loan, no doc, low doc from an alternative lender. And Red Credit is really generous in the sense that they will approve you for a loan amount all the way to $100,000. And their FICO score is pretty simple, 400. That's the floor. That's the minimum, 400. And so that's really good. And you have the ability to be approved. They do have, in some cases, a pre-approval process. So you have the ability to pre-qualify for this loan before you actually, before they charge, before they actually, they do a hard pull on your credit. Okay. And so you have with Red Credit, you have an instant transfer of funds. You have a process that's really quick and easy. So the application process is really quick and easy. And they consider any credit score, even though the 400 that I just gave you, that's what we have seen based on our experience, the average FICO score where they actually approve. They approve folks. Now, they're not going to approve you for $100,000 if you have a FICO score of 400, right? Because they look at your financial profile, they look at your revenue sources, they look at your age, they look at your profession, your work, all kinds of criteria before they actually approve you. But you will be approved. That's really good. They will be approved. And with Red Credit, you have you don't have a direct lender. You have a network lender. In other words, you have a lender who will be pulled from the pot. I mean, from the database. I mean, so, and from the network, and that's really good. But you have the ability with Red Credit to actually qualify for all kinds of loans. You have personal loans for bad credit, no credit check loans, debt consolidation loans, bad credit, payday loans, refinance student loans, payday loans, no credit check. So that's really cool. You have the possibility there to know exactly how much you can qualify for. And that's really good, because what will happen is that when you go through the pre-qualification process, they will actually give you a series of offers. And those offers you will love, you might like one, and you just choose the one that you like, okay, in terms of APR, in terms of loan amount that they give you. So that's really good. So this wraps it up for today's conversation. So I just shared with you personal loans, no doc, low doc from 7 alternative lenders. So here's the epilogue here. So into this conversation, I spoke to you about those 7 alternative lenders. You have Acorn Finance, you have Level, you have Advanced America, you have Brainy Loans, you have Life Loans, you have Big Picture Loans, you have Red Credit. Fantastic. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.